Hello athletes, my name is Jerome Avery. I am your SOCOM track coach. Let me give you a little background before I actually get into the workout. I run the 100 meters and I run the 200 meters, and I've also qualified for the 100 meters and the 200 meters at the Olympic trials. Between that time, I was also a guide runner for visually impaired athletes, in which in 2016, as a guide runner, I received a gold medal. Today we're going to talk to you a little bit about strength and condition. Track and field, of course, is a specialty. In track and field, if you don't have access to a gym or anything, look where I'm at. You can go to a park. There's places around where you can actually go to utilize anything that's around. Where I'm at is a small little incline. You can either do the incline where I'm at, or you can do a higher hill. It's all up to you. It depends on where you're at in your training. What we're going to do is start with the incline, and that pretty much focuses on the same thing that we were doing in the drills. In all the drills, you want to make sure you're strong enough to hold those positions. So on the inclines, that actually helps you utilize those positions that we were doing to whether push into the ground, which I have on other videos. So if you don't see some of the things that I'm showing you, or understand some of the things that I'm showing you, go back to those other videos, take a gander at it, and we'll come back to this position. Before we actually get to the big hill, let's start with the small incline. On the small incline, you could do a longer workout for that one. And remember, this is definitely part of your strength workout. You want to make sure you work on those positions and focus on slowing down a little bit so you can hold those positions. If you go back to the other videos that I have posted, it shows you the positions you actually need to be in. When you do these hills, it's going to work those hip flexors. And that's one of those things that you actually really need to work on strengthening to apply force into the ground. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of the hills. Remember, I'm not worried about you going fast. I just want you to apply force into the ground. We're starting on a small incline, as you can see. One thing that I want you to focus on doing, foot in front of the other, leaning over your body, push, 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 push. Remember, you can either do both workouts or just do one workout. Sometimes what I'd like to do is mix it up a little bit. I like to get a longer workout on the slower incline, and if I want to do something quick and fast, working on that strength, I'll go to the steep incline right here. Same thing, you're not worried about speed. You want to just make sure you're hitting those positions, applying force to the ground. This actually, once again, focus on you bringing that hip flexor up and pushing it right back up underneath your body. So you're leaning into it. All I want is a nice, easy push. Push, 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 push. This is, I like to call resistance training. This is similar to a sled pull. And also, one thing that I want you to mention, if you have family, friends, or anybody that can actually help you during this workout, what they can also do if you don't have a sled is grab a shirt. Get a shirt that you don't need, that you don't care about. Grab a shirt, hold it behind, and give you some resistance. Not fully resistant, but just some slack a little bit so you can actually focus on pulling up. Mind you, it's just me by myself, so bear with me. But all you're going to be doing, once again, leaning, having somebody resist you, and focus on pushing up on the hill. That's another good one right there, and that really works on you focusing on that power to be more explosive. So think about that one as well. That'll be a good part of your workout. So if you don't have a sled, like I said, we went from the inclines on the hills. You can actually do it in place as well. This is another thing that I actually work on that power. Remember, power is important, position is important. So on these, what I like to call is the fence drills. Actually, I got the wall right here instead of the fence. So if you don't have the fence, you can use a wall. If you don't have a wall, you can use a tree. You can actually even lean on someone and push off of someone while they're slowly resistance back. But this, what I'm going to do is on the wall. What you're going to be doing, leaning in a 45-degree angle, knee up, toe up. If you watch one of my videos, this is an important position. The reason why this is an important position is because my toe is always dorsiflexed. If your toe is pointed down, what you'll tend to do is drop, collapse, then come back up. But if it's already dorsiflexed, what you'll do, push back, come right back up. Push back, come right back up. You're already setting yourself up for success by keeping that toe dorsiflexed. So on these, we have different counts. On the wall push, we have different counts. The first one, we're gonna do a 1 count. Remember, 45-degree angle, keep your body up tall, well, at a 45-degree, knee up, toe up. Now, when you bring that toe back, you're gonna bring the opposite one up in that same position it left from. So what it's gonna look like is this. Boom, boom, boom. Everything is powerful and quick. You want to work on focusing on using those muscles. Everything is powerful and quick. So this is what we're going to do in that first one for a 1 count. You can have anyone coaching you to do this. Take your time in between. I'd say about like 1 to 2 seconds. So just like this. 1, go, 1, go, 1, go, 1. You see how my foot is always landing in the same spot it left from. Once you go from the 1 count, go to the 2 count. Remember, it's similar. Right here in this position, once I say go, you're alternating twice. Go, boom, boom. Go, boom, boom. Go, boom, boom. It's quick. We'll go to the 3 count, and then we'll go to the last one, which is the 4 count. Remember, you're gonna get tired from this working on strength, but focus on staying relaxed and continue to hit those positions every time. All right, guys, we went from the inclines to the steeper hills, working on exploding out, pushing out, and power. We're also, if you're at the park, once again, you have access to stairs, you have access to anything you could jump on. That's something else that is great, especially if you're working on explosiveness and jumping out the blocks. Here we're at a picnic table. Easy to find anything around you. Doesn't have to be a picnic table, but anything that's sturdy and it's not gonna move. What you doing? Slight bend, focus on exploding up. Remember, you're coming through with the hips, use your arms. Because if you see on the other videos that I say, while you're running, if you use your arms, your legs are gonna go. So remember, use your arms. Think about it. Small bench, doesn't have to be high. Come up with the hips, explode up with the hips. Nice, easy explode up with the hips. That's all you have to do. If you want to get fancy with it, you have the strength, you can go single legs. Remember, it doesn't have to be high. I'm not worried about that. All I'm worried about is power and explosiveness. Single legs. That's all you're doing. Single leg. If you want to get fancier with it, you can go over to the bigger bench. Remember, using your arms to explode up. That's all you got to do. Push off the ground, explode up. Come through with your hips. Use your arms, get in that dip position. Explode up. Let's take it to the grass now. On the grass, you don't need any equipment at all. All you got to do is work on exploding out. So, for example, we were doing the block starts. This is where you want to be at. In a squatting position, remember, coming through with your hips, exploding out. Go with 1 at first. Come back up, slight bend, come back up, get back at that position. Same thing, exploding out, using all that power. Come back up. So for the frog leaps, we did 1 jump. Now we're gonna alternate and do a couple of jumps. So you're gonna go on the 3 to 4 jumps on this one. Remember, explode out. Once you touch the ground, you're right back out. Get full recovery, make sure you're able to do it and come back strong. All right, everybody, on that strength portion, let's do a little recap. We learned about exploding out, and we learned how valuable the incline and the steeper hills could be. Not only that, how important explosiveness could be to what you're trying to do. And anything you do as an athlete, you want to be explosive. So just think about those simple little things right there. Exploding through with your hips, using your arms. Always use your arms. It's the same thing when you're running. You want to focus on using your arms. Use those arms to explode up. Good luck.